What's going on, guys? It's your mother's favorite mailman, back with the fourth part of What If Bardock Was Reincarnated as Goku. Remember to show me you liked the video by liking down below and maybe subscribing. That would help this poor deity out a lot. Let's get started, shall we? Kami brought Bardock up to speed of the threat of Piccolo. Little does Kami know Piccolo would be more of a threat than he thinks. Over the years, Piccolo has been sealed, though, as we know, the Pilon gang would unseal him, and immediately he felt Bardock's power. For the first time, the demon felt true terror. How is it possible for someone to exist with that much power? Like the original, he would make his children, though he knew this was not enough to face Bardock, then it snapped. Why didn't he think of this sooner? He would take his time, making his last child so he can be born as an adult. Then, he'll test if his theory is correct. Once Piccolo Jr. was born, he ordered his other children to fuse with Jr. immediately. With that, the demon heir's power skyrocketed, and Piccolo laughed hysterically. It worked. It actually worked. He will rule the universe with the power of his son. He was cut off by a huge wave of ki that obliterated him instantly. The blast could be seen from space and seen from miles and miles away, and Bardock felt it. He was shaking. Instinctively, though he kept a stern look, Kami couldn't believe what he felt. And he could have sworn he felt Piccolo die, though he also was feeling this other king and it finally snaps. He must have created another son. But how is he so strong? With the little training Bardock has done so far, he only reached 4,250, which is impressive, very strong. Nearly equals to Nappa, though. Piccolo Jr., on the other hand, has a whopping power level of 45,000. Yeah, the Namekian fusion is sick. Back to Jr. He killed his own father due to being viewed as a weapon by someone that was so much weaker than him. It made him angry. With that, Kami teleported Bardock to the lookout. Once they arrived, he told Bardock about the time chamber. Bardock hearing 2-year limit was bummed out, though it was better safe than sorry. So he went in the room immediately, ready to come out in 2 years, which was 2 days for Kami. A day would pass and Kami would be meditating before he opened his eyes, seeing Junior standing there with the extended hand. He just closed his eyes, knowing it was over for him. He was hoping that Bardock would make it out before the world was in ash. Junior fuses with Kami, becoming the nameless Namekian once more. The influence of Kami calmed him somewhat, though Piccolo had the wheel of the fusion. Also, he was underwhelmed by the power. He now has a power level of 100,000. What would he do now, he thought? Would he rule the world, the dream of his father, or would he to go on his own path? He was conflicted. He had to meditate to see what his path will be. Suddenly, the door opened from the time chamber. A man walked out of the time chamber with torn ki, with an intense look on his face. This man was obviously Bardock, with now having a power level of 12,750. He finally surpassed his power when he was in his original body. His gaze only got more intense when he didn't sense Kami nowhere, only seeing Piccolo Jr. Power crackled off of him while he walked towards the Namekian, causing Jr. to sweat a bit. In response, Jr. threw a ki blast that connected, blowing a chunk of lookout away. He laughed, though his laughter was cut short when he saw yellow eyes beaming through the smoke. Once more, Bardock has awakened the Ikari Raft state. In a blink of an eye, he zoomed past the Namekian. Junior winced in pain, seeing his arms fall down on the ground beside him. Once he turned around, he saw a hand in front of his face. Then a huge wave of heat washed over the Namekian, killing him instantly. Bardock powers down. He turned to the trembling Popo. Can the Dragon Balls bring back Kami? Popo lowered his head, saddened by his words, telling that they were gone due to Kami being dead. Though, he brought up the planet Namek. Of course, Bardock thought. He should have thought of that sooner, though. How would he get there? He's pretty sure his space body is trashed right now. Then he thought about Bulma. Maybe she could fix it. She was smart. With that, he nodded and thanked Popo and flew off to her geek signature. When he arrived, he saw a blonde woman and she looked the same up and down before speaking. Oh my, are you one of Bulma's friends? Young man, she said in a sultry tone. He gulped and nodded. Overhearing her mother, Bulma walked to check to see what she was yapping about, only to see a shirtless Bardock that seemed to have had a growth spurt. She blushed immediately to her mother's amusement. Kakarot? She asked. In a flustered tone, Bardock nodded. Yeah, a lot has happened in a short amount of time. I trained in their room, where 1 year and there was a day out here. For 2 days. Then it hit her. God, he really stinks. Before Bardock could say any more, she grabbed his hand and dragged him to the nearest bathroom, and told him to take a shower immediately.